Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I've got quite a few here and I'm gonna jump right in. I am very proud of myself because I actually pulled out quite a few fragrances that I have not worn in a very long time that definitely needed some love. So yeah, the first one I wore is this one here from Gallagher. This is Rosé All Day. This one, it hasn't been like a super long time since I last wore it, but I'm pretty sure it's the first time I have worn it this year. I did just talk about this in a longest lasting fragrance video, and it is one of the longest lasting fragrances in my collection. I smelled like this even after I washed it off. Even after I took a shower, I could still kind of smell it coming from like my collarbone area, which is where I usually spray perfume when I spray it on skin. And yeah, I could still smell this. My fleece pullover that I wear like at night or when I'm walking around the house and I'm freezing still smells like this. This is so delicious. It's a rose fragrance, but it's like a borderline gourmand rose. It's very, very sweet and decadent and syrupy smelling. It's apple crisp, plum, dark rose, brown sugar, tonka bean, and it says a stainless steel note. I hate metallic notes. I don't get anything metallic from this at all, thank goodness, because I really cannot tolerate a metallic note. But it is just such an amazing scent. I will say that right after I sprayed this on, my husband was playing a video game online with like his buddies or whatever. And right after I sprayed this on, I walked out into the living room and he was talking to one of his friends on his little headset, and he said something about, yeah, my wife just sprayed on a mature woman fragrance. I won't say it because it makes some people really, really mad if you use the term that he uses, but yeah, he was just like, she has always got it smelling like a mature woman in here. And I don't know what the other guy said because I couldn't hear him, but he laughed and he was like, yeah, she's a fragrance reviewer. But anyways, I love this. Clearly my husband hates this one. He thinks it smells super mature. I don't think it smells mature at all. I think it smells amazing and decadent and syrupy and cozy and warm, and it is perfect for like your coldest days, which it's getting very, very cold here now. So anyways, that is Gallagher Fragrances Rosé All Day. Okay, next, I pulled out this one, and I actually think I'm finding with this one that it definitely needs to be worn in a certain type of weather. This is Guerlain Mon Exclusif. This is, gosh, I've used a lot of this. It's wild. It's like a version of Mon Guerlain, but it's it's an almost slightly gourmand leaning version of Mon Guerlain. I wouldn't call it a gourmand at all. It's definitely still way too perfumey to be considered like a gourmand. But this has like a butter CO2 note in it. But it does still have the lavender. It's got like a ton of vanilla. I think it's like a Tahitian vanilla note in this, if I remember correctly. It's, again, sweet, buttery, syrupy, super decadent smelling. I have not smelled the Guerlain Intense version yet, but I have heard, I think somebody told me that Guerlain Intense is similar to this one. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say for sure because I haven't smelled that one yet, but I love this one. I was just expecting it to last a lot longer than it did because this used to be a beast on me. I used to be able to smell this all day. Like I could put it on one time in the morning and I would smell this all day, 12 hours later easily. I did not have that experience this time. I think I got it wasn't terrible. It wasn't one of those fragrances that just completely wore off. It just became a skin scent pretty quickly. I want to say after like maybe 3 or 4 hours, which again, for like a different perfume, if it was a different perfume that I didn't have experience with it having been super long lasting on me in the past, I wouldn't think anything of it. But because this used to be so long lasting on me, and now all of a sudden it turned into a skin scent after like 4 hours, it was crazy. However, I do think it had a lot to do with the weather. This used to be more of like a fall scent for me, not a winter scent at all. I think it's just too cold out. And not that I waited too long to wear it, because I usually do pull it out this time of year. It's just usually not as cold as it is like this early in the season for us. It's just gotten very, very cold very, very early this year. So anyways, yeah, I think it boils down to it was just too cold out, and this needs, it doesn't need to be worn in heat, but it needs a little bit of warmth in the air. I would say it needs to be probably in the high 50s at least. For this one to really blossom. So anyways, yeah, still a stunning scent. Love it. You would have to pry this from my cold dead hands. Like, this is a fragrance that I will keep forever. You can see I'm almost, well, I mean, I've got a big dent, but not like huge. But anyways, that is Guerlain Mon Exclusif. It's such a good one. Okay, next, it got so cold here this week. Like, we're getting hard freezes at night at this point. It's freezing in the mornings until like noon, and then it warms up a tiny, tiny bit. We've been having lots of sleet, lots of cold rain. So it was definitely time to pull out Lune Féline by Atelier d'Or. This is a very warm, spicy, cardamom heavy vanilla scent. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It is maybe the warmest fragrance I've got in my collection. I really do think that. It's very, very warm. It's very, very spice heavy. There's something, I don't know how they did it with the cardamom. It's like the warmest cardamom I've ever smelled in a fragrance. I don't know, it's very multifaceted and complex smelling, but still sweet. It still has this really gorgeous, sweet, deep vanilla base. This is an absolute monster on me. I will smell like this until I wash it off the next day. It's just a very long-lasting, warm, cozy vanilla scent. One of my most favorite vanillas for this time of year, especially for cold weather. I don't really ever wear this in any other weather except for really, really cold weather, because it is just quite a heavy scent, but I adore it. It was perfect the day that I wore it. I am going to be doing a video this week about winter vanilla fragrances or cold weather vanilla fragrances. I'm not going to include this one though, just because I'm talking about it now, and I just felt like it was redundant to have this in 2 videos in the same week. But just know that this is maybe the most amazing cold weather vanilla fragrance that I've got in my collection, and I love it. I'm wondering, let me know if you guys know of like a good dupe out there, because this is so expensive. So it's one of those fragrances that, like, I love it and I love recommending it to people, but I would love to be able to recommend an alternative. So let me know if you guys know of an alternative for this. But anyways, that is Atelier d'Or Lune Féline, such a stunner. Okay, next I pulled out my Nirvana Bourbon Rose. Is that what this is called? I don't know why I call them all Nirvana Bourbon. They're not. This is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. This is a very simple fragrance. It's only got like 3 notes in it. I can remember 2 of the 3. I think this is rose, maybe vetiver, and maybe some kind of a wood. I can't totally remember. But this is beautiful. This is very similar to Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Femme. It's a very syrupy, kind of slightly jammy, kind of slightly woody, sweet, cozy, kind of heavy-ish rose. It's really beautiful. This one sweetens up on skin. This is an absolute monster, lasts forever. I do think these sadly have been discontinued, but I do think that you can still find them pretty readily on FragranceNet and probably Fragrance X as well. But yeah, stunning fragrances. I think they're very underrated. They definitely had their time where they were super, super hyped up, like in, I don't know, 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. But yeah, you don't hear I don't hear people talk about them super often anymore. And I do think that they deserve more love than they get, because this is really stunning. This one, I've used this one a ton. I didn't realize that, gosh, I've only got about half left, maybe even a little bit less than half. So anyways, that is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. It's such a stunner. Okay, Next, this is so disappointing. I pulled this out. This is my little half-ounce bottle of Calvin Klein Euphoria. This is the new formulation. This is terrible. Not only is it just such a shadow of what the original is, this thing lasts all of maybe like 2 hours. And I'm probably being generous with that. I sprayed this on and left the house, and I could not even, you wouldn't even know that I had sprayed perfume on, probably within an hour and a half of having left. This is so bad. This is one of the worst cases of butchery I may have ever smelled. It's terrible. It has none of the like deepness and complexity and the richness that the original formulation had. I have got to get on eBay and find a bottle of the original formulation because this is just not cutting it. This is terrible. It's terrible. I knew it was bad and I hadn't like worn it in a really long time, but I didn't remember just how bad it actually is. So yeah, this is a definite no. I do not recommend buying the new formulation of Calvin Klein Euphoria. I definitely recommend, if you like this fragrance, to get on eBay and find a bottle of the vintage formulation, which is far superior to this. I went through a full bottle of this back in like, I don't even know. I think I picked it up, I want to say maybe in like 2006. I picked up a bottle of the original formulation. And I actually didn't even use the whole bottle. I still had it when Charlotte was born in 2012. And when we moved, for some reason, like a dummy, I threw it away, which I am still sick about. Like, I still get sick about having thrown bottles of perfume away, because I used to be just like a lot of people. And I thought, oh, I've had this for years now. It's bad, even though it still smelled completely fine. Like, I was just convinced that, oh, it must be bad, and it was not. Anyways, that is the worst reformulation of Calvin Klein Euphoria ever. Okay, next I wanted to pull out my Dua Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla fragrance, which is I think this is a dupe of Guerlain Gourmand Coquine, and I love this. This is so yummy. It's such a yummy chocolate fragrance. I will say, it's not like a super strong fragrance. This has never really like developed into anything more than it was when I first got it. It's not one of those fragrances that's ever really like deepened up or matured or aged. It still pretty much smells the same as it always has. It's just this really beautiful, very slightly like nutty, but nutty in a tonka bean way, like roasty kind of chocolate scent. It's beautiful. I love it. A lot of the time I layer it over my Al Rahab Choco Musk oil because I just need something to kind of help it to stick around a little bit more. This, you guys, my Choco Musk oil, and this one's almost empty. Like, I've used so much of this, and I've got 2 backups of this, thank goodness. But look at the color of the oil. It was never that color to begin with. So the vanilla in this has really gotten strong, and this bottle has just, oh, it's gotten so like deep and rich, and it's aged so beautifully. And this wore off with the quickness. I was only able to smell this for maybe like an hour, but I still smell, and I wore this yesterday. I still smelled like Choco Musk when I woke up this morning. I still smelled like this until I took a shower. So super, super long lasting. I love this little oil. It has served me so well. You can see that's all I've got left. You can see in the bottom, it's like empty. So I'm getting very close to breaking into one of my backups. I layer this with my Gallagher fragrances Wicked Good sometimes as well, just to amp up the chocolate. But yeah, anything that I want to kind of amp up the chocolate with, I add this to, and I love it. But yeah, the combination was beautiful. I pulled this out because I had a subscriber mention it in a comment, and it immediately made me want to pull this out and wear it. So yeah, I wore that little combination and I loved it. And then last but not least is this little guy. Somebody sent me this decant a long time ago, and I forgot that I had it. I don't know if I tested it when they sent it, but I pulled it out again because I just ordered a bunch of Middle Eastern samples, and I was like, well, let me just pull this one out too, because this is another one that goes viral on TikTok all the time. This is a fragrance from Khair, and it is called Confection. I think this is supposed to be a dupe of Bougie Marshmallow. I've not smelled the original Bougie Marshmallow yet. I need to go to Sephora and so I can get my nose on that, on the actual fragrance, because I have another one I ordered a sample of that is supposed to be a dupe of it as well, and it smells nothing like this. This is terrible. I can't even imagine why anybody would want to smell like this. This is sickening. It's way too sweet. It smells like straight up chemicals. It has like a gasoline undertone to it. It's disgusting. It smells like a hot synthetic mess. It's gross. It's too sweet. I don't think that the Khair probably smells like this. I just have a feeling it probably doesn't. I've not been impressed with Paris Corner as a Middle Eastern house at all. I feel like, and if you don't like hearing negative things about perfumes, go ahead and click off this one now, especially if you're a big fan of Paris Corner. I don't think I've ever smelled a Paris Corner fragrance that I have really liked. I think that they smell cheap. I don't think that they smell, that they're like great dupes. I did have somebody send me a dupe of the Khair pistachio one, and it was fine. It smelled very, very similar to the Khair, but I still think that the Lattafa Affection is way better than the Paris Corner one. So if I were gonna buy a dupe of the Khair pistachio fragrance, I would just go with a tried and true brand like Lattafa and not Paris Corner. But yeah, this is sick, and not in a good way. It's like disgusting sick. I sprayed this on my hand and I let it kind of develop for like an hour, and I kept like getting whiffs of it, and it was literally making me sick, and it was a scrubber. I immediately, after like an hour of trying to give it a chance, I immediately scrubbed it off my hand. It's just not good. So yeah, I don't recommend this one at all. And if you ever see this one going viral on TikTok, do not fall for the hype. It's not good. I don't think it's probably a good dupe of Khair, because say what you want about Khair, I don't love Khair as a house because they just don't perform well on me, and I think they're just kind of basic. I don't think that there's anything super, super interesting about the house, but I will say they do not smell super cheap. They don't smell synthetic and chemically. They, you know, for the most part, most of them smell actually really, really nice. I just have a problem with performance with the house. They don't smell like this. So I don't think this is probably a very good dupe. I don't think I mentioned that it was Paris Corner at the very beginning. I just said Khair Confection, but it is Paris Corner Khair Confection, and it is terrible. But anyways, you guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.